How does a president deal with all that information coming in? How do they organize it, and how do they make decisions that you as a president with the same day as I have can handle all this stuff?
Welcome to Washington, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the end of day 3, and we had a very special event today. We were invited in front of the White House, so we had a view on the White House.
White House! Where's the White House? I found it.
Warren Rustand, one of our speakers here at this Leadership Academy, was a former secretary for the president.
This is the south side of the White House.
For Gerald Ford when he became president.
They are emerging from the so-called diplomatic entrance.
And he gave us insights about like how they worked, how the transition of power also worked.
There is the man who will be president in another couple of hours, Gerald Ford.
Waving goodbye.
The president back then, and probably today even more, got more than 300 invitations every day to certain events. Only invitations. I don't know, I don't get that many invitations. I get not even one a day. Of course, this is already only like the super hard decisions going to the president. This was already done, and they were all, of course, super organized. When Warren came to office, and this is a system and it's still true for today, they just switched perspectives from a very reactive way to organize stuff to a active way to organize it. So to make first the decision of like what do we actually want to achieve with the presidency, and then decide what do we do, like what tasks do we fulfill. Sounds super simple. I know it sounds like super obvious, but it struck me for my own company that sometimes in communication I'm very reactive. I'm reacting to a lot of emails all day long. I'm reacting to phone calls. I'm reacting to a lot of stuff instead of making a decision saying, I want to go in that direction, and then do it the proper way. You are the president, only do what matters to you. You are the leader of your business, only do what matters to you. You are the leader of your life, so only do what matters to you. You are the leader of your life, so only do what matters to you. This is like setting the super master key priorities to everything. So once you made that decision, you can then go down to the day and organize. How do we get rid of all the junk out of the agenda? And he said, in the life of a president, every minute counts. So they stripped down meetings to 15 minutes and made sure that 1 minute before it ends, someone would pull the president out of the meeting to be ready for the next meeting. He said a 2-week time span in like minutes, I think a 6-week time span in like hours, and from that on in days. So 2 weeks ahead were planned in minutes. This sounds a bit crazy, and I think I won't 100% put that in place for my company, but what I will put in place, make every minute count. 15-minute slot meeting, max. Never like go over the time, because it influences every other person around in the room. Whenever a meeting needs to be longer, like let's say an hour, they never do the meeting without proper preparation the night before. They don't go to that meeting. The time is just too precious. I mean, this is something sounds so obvious. I'm always talking about like asynchronous, synchronous communication, how you're faster once you've read the content for a meeting because you're slower in listening. But once you've set your priorities of like, this is the direction where we want to go, you can make the plan how to achieve that and make that count, and you don't need to waste time with any other junk in life or business or whatever is your priority. You don't need to agree with what they decided, but learning from people with a lot of responsibility and a lot of power, organizing their day, I think that's very valuable. So that was my workday experience. And now I'm really late on time, but I just wanted to share with you this one learning. I think it's very hands-on, and to learn like switching the perspective in terms of from reaction to action is to me a very simple but valuable thing that I took away from today. Even if I know it in theory, seeing that in place is very powerful. Subscribe if you like, I would really appreciate, and comment if you like what is your experience about running meetings and handling a lot of information and a lot of decisions. Have a fantastic week.